Richie, I suppose second time back in the hot seat this year. How are you feeling?
Mixture of emotions, really. You know, look, obviously results haven't been going well of late, and performances as well. So look, the club have decided to make a change, and look, I'm more than happy to come in and give it my all for the club going forward. You know.
Obviously, you've been involved all along. You were involved with Colin. You were at the helm yourself for 4 or 5 games, and then you've been involved with Liam and the management team since. I know you're back at the helm yourself again. Do you approach it differently when you're back in this position?
You have to a little bit, you know, like as an assistant coach and all that, you're there to help the manager and obviously put on the sessions and stuff like that. Now, I suppose decisions are kind of fall on my lap a little bit, and we just need to look forward now and take the challenge ahead of us, because we've got some very big games for the club going forward, you know.
So obviously, as you said, it's been a difficult season and a disappointing season overall, really. I mean, and obviously a couple of disappointing results in the last week. A very disappointing result on Monday night, which probably was the catalyst for the change in the structure here. How do you guys feel about all that? I mean, what's the target now for the rest of the season? Obviously, there's still a lot to play for. There's the cup semi-final, and there's possibly a playoff. Are you looking at it now as being in the playoff, or how do you approach it?
Well, look, to answer the first question there, Coleman, I would say, like, the mood has been disappointment. You know, it has been. You know, I'm a proud Cork man. Another proud Cork man sitting here next to me as well, and it hurts. It does. When you lose football matches for this football club, it hurts. And for us, it's about getting back to the traditional values and the way the Cork City fans want to see the team play. You know, be competitive, be aggressive, and go and try and win football matches. Short term, we need to get ready for tomorrow, obviously, big game against Pats and all that. But yes, we've got, at the moment, we are in a playoff. I'm not going to deny that. It's up to us to try our best to get out of the situation we're in. People might say it's a small miracle or whatever it is, but I have to install belief into these guys again that they're good enough to compete against anyone in the league, you know. And they've shown in parts of the season that they are, but we just need to get it in a consistent period now, you know.
Looking at tomorrow night's game though, I mean, it's Pats, and it's going to be Pats the next 2 weekends in a row. Obviously a league game tomorrow night and a very big one then the following week in the cup semi-final. Obviously you'd like to win both of them, but you're looking at it there, is tomorrow night kind of a game that you're going to get a feel for how it'll go in the semi-final, or will they be completely different?
Tomorrow night's about getting these boys working, getting these boys at it, you know, because I know when they're at it, I've seen it over the last two, 3 seasons, is that when they're at it, they're a match for most teams, and Pats included. We went up to Richmond early in the season there, last game against them as well, and it was a great game up there, you know, and Keith's got a leg equaliser up there, so look, get the belief back into the squad that when we're at it, we're able to compete with anyone, you know.
Just from your own perspective, Cian, obviously just the same thing, it's been a disappointing season, I suppose, and obviously as captain and as a player you'll be feeling that as well.
Definitely, yeah. Like you said, look, we're both from Cork, we know what it means to people here, and look, the last 2 weeks haven't been good enough, especially Friday and Monday, you know, and obviously losing any game is hurtful, but the manner we lost it, it wasn't good enough from us as players, like, you know, we'll all take criticism, like, but from us as players we need to be better, like, on the pitch, and like you said, people from Cork want to see a team that's competitive, and we weren't that Monday, so look, Friday we'll win it definitely.
And from a player's perspective, do you welcome the change in the structure? Is it possibly just to freshen things up from your perspective?
Well, look, it is, like, you know, but at the end of the day it's about what we do on the pitch, and things happen off the pitch all the time. Look, it's been like that all season, but if we go perform how we can perform, I know we can beat teams, like Richie said, a few times this season we've come up against teams and we've beat them, like, so, but like, we need to be consistent with it now towards the end of the season.
And like, I mean, there are some huge games to come still, as we said, like there's the cup semi-final, there's possibly a playoff final, or possibly you might string together a load of wins and avoid it. Like, I mean, there's a lot to play for, isn't there?
Definitely, there's a lot of games to play for, and like I said, we're taken just by the next game. Obviously we know we've cup semi-final next week, but look, tomorrow's the biggest game for us, so we have to perform tomorrow and we'll go from there.
Right, lads, thanks.
Well, Richie, congratulations first of all, back in the hot seat.
Thanks.
You know, you called for the players on the press release today. You called for the players to give everything for the crest and the jersey and for the city and so on. Like, was that not happening, do you think?
I wouldn't say, look, the boys will always try their best and stuff, yeah, but we just need to get back to basics as a squad. We need to get back to, you know, what we've been good at over the last couple of years in terms of out of possession and in possession as well, you know. So it's a big task. Obviously it's a short period of time and stuff like that, and to be given the role and all that kind of stuff, but I can just assure everyone that I'll give 120% to the role, I know these boys as well will row in behind, and if there's lads that don't want to row in behind, then they won't be playing, and that's as simple as that, so it's up to me to identify, the best team for Cork City to play every week now for the end of the season.
I know how much this club means to you, Richie, personally, so obviously you can't wait to get going tomorrow night. And looking on as a coach for most of the season, what's been the biggest problem, do you think, for City, or is it a combination of things?
Combination of things. I think earlier in the season, I think we were in a lot of games, and we've come up with a squad. Let's say in terms of Premier Division experience, where it was very little. Obviously a lot of lads have played Premier Division football and stuff like that. So the early part of the season, you look at it, and we were involved. We were in games, and we were competitive, but we were coming out the wrong side of probably one or two results.
Yeah.
You were hoping then that as the season goes on, lessons be learned and you take from the experiences and so on. But recently, there's just been a little bit of a drop off, and look, again, as a pro Cork man, I just for us, we need to get back to what this club's about, and look, for the short term, we need to be competitive in every game.
Yeah, a big test now, obviously, Friday night. Did you see the game against Pats? Richie, as kind of a dress rehearsal of the cup, or are you just going to the strongest team? Because obviously we're there, and they're going for Europe. They'll be going with the strongest team.
I think both sides will be looking at it just for the game. It is, I think if you look too far ahead, and you're focused on Sunday and you take your eye off the ball for tomorrow, then Pats are going for Europe, as you say. We still have ambitions to get points and try and get close to the teams above us. So that's the main aim for this week. Saturday this week we'll start looking at the game for the week after, against Pats in the cup, and that's just the way it has to be,
Yeah, and despite being opposite ends of the table, as you said earlier there, you kind of drew with him the last time you played him away from home, 1-1, wasn't it? See, you have to measure him in a way.
Yeah, the game to Cross was a good game as well. We were 2-1 up at half time, and we had opportunities in that game as well, and they ran out 3-2 winners. But that's kind of been the story of the season quite a bit, we have been involved in a lot of games, where there's been the odd goal or so on or whatever, and just for us is that we just need to just cross that line now, where in games that if we're not quite at it, that we're a little bit nastier in terms of defensively, and that we can eke out results in terms of the performance might be great, yes, we'll get a win and all that kind of stuff, but if we're not quite at it, then we just need to be a little bit nastier to pick up points.
So. And obviously, you've been appealing to the fans. They've been great all season. In fairness, despite where you are, about there's still a lot to play for, but crucial to stay in the top division by hook or by crook, isn't it?
Oh, 100%. And look, the support we have from them every week is outstanding, and even recently there in the last couple of cup games, and let's say the Sligo game at home, the fans have been a massive part of that. And what I would say is that tomorrow and again next week and the week after, for the games going ahead, is that they can't underestimate their importance in terms of in games and stuff like that, because the lads bounce off it. Obviously, you've referees coming down here and stuff like that. I'm not saying that we should be on top of referees or anything like that, but they can influence decisions in games as well. But we just need everyone to get back in. I think there's a vibe around the club at the moment that needs to change everywhere. I just think that we need to get back together. We need everyone on side, and I need to get these boys working and showing that they want to work for the crest, and that the fans will bounce off that then as well.
And the last one for me to yourself, Richie, how will you approach it, do you think, tomorrow evening against Pats, knowing how strong a side they are? How do you think you'll approach the game?
We'll approach it to win it, and that's what I've said to the players, and the lads know that we're going to try and win every game. Us on the sideline and stuff like that, if lads can give 60 minutes to their best, it's up to me then and the staff to make changes that will boost the team going forward and so on or whatever. But we need to be competitive in the games, and we need to start putting results on the board, because as you say, at the moment we've got some big games coming up, and on the horizon, if you do look at that playoff game or whatever at the end of the season, which we're in at the moment, is that we need to find ways to win games, and simple as that.
Yeah. Cian, let's just look at the picture over there, lifting the first division trophy in 2022. You don't want to be back down there, obviously, so it's crucial to kind of build up a bit of momentum, isn't it, before, because it's more than likely to be involved in the playoffs at this stage. But how crucial is it to build up a bit of momentum, win games before that comes around?
Definitely. Look, we can't be going into it, like I said, right now we're in it, so if we go into that game losing matches, it won't do us any help, because obviously we'll be playing a team who'll be winning games. So definitely it's massively important, not just for ourselves, you know, but for everyone around us, you know, so we can build a positive atmosphere again. Like obviously the performances haven't been good enough, so you know, like you said, the vibe around the place isn't great, but look, that's on us to change. If we put performances on the pitch, you know, everything will change.
Yeah, and looking at the Pats match, I know you'll be going out, as Richie said, to win it and give yourself, you know, a fighting chance at least of avoiding the playoffs. But would you look at it as well as like it's kind of making a statement that you can match them?
Yeah, well, I think we've shown this year we can match them already. Like you said, the game here at home, we lost narrowly 3-2. We probably shouldn't have lost that game. Like a lot of games we had in our hands and we lost. Like, but the game up there, there was nothing between us. Keith scored late, so I think that show we can match them. But obviously tomorrow we'll show another bit. Yeah,
and with the new management team coming, it's a bit of freshness. Like I'd say you're dying to get stuck in tomorrow, are you?
Definitely every week, you know, we're stuck in. But like I said, look, I just wanted to put on a performance for everyone watching, you know, to show that we do want to play for this club. You know, we love playing for this club. I love playing for this club. So look, we'll show everyone tomorrow and we'll give it everything.
Yeah, and just a bit on just one on the cup. Like obviously, it'd be great for City to go to the cup final, and still an outside chance of European football, believe it or not. Like, I know you're not thinking that far ahead. Like, but what would it mean to you personally, like, to reach a cup final with the club that you love? Like?
Unbelievable. Like, can't really put it to words what it'd be like. But I know you'd want to hear this, but I am just thinking about tomorrow. I haven't thought that far ahead. So, look, if we get there, unbelievable. But look, the main priority is to stay in the division, and then after that, if we get the cup final, unbelievable. So,
good luck tomorrow night.
Cheers, thanks.
Yeah.
What's your official title, Richie? Are you head coach or are you?
I'm taking over the first team operations and so head coach.
Would you be setting off as a pro license? You don't have the pro license yet?
I don't have the pro license at the moment, but I have a period now to cover me to the end of the season, so that's what I'm here to do, just on the short term, to get the best out of everyone here, that we can, as you say, compete going forward, you know.
And like when you phone out then you're taking the new managerial shake-up, what were your first thoughts?
Get staff. I need to get staff, and look, I can announce one that Dan Murray is going to be part of the backroom staff, and I'll have another ex-player in as well by the end of today. So I just think it's important to bring back that Cork feel in and around the dressing room, and it's important for us going forward is that we have people that understand what this club is about, you know.
Yeah, that's one thing you're probably going to try and tap into, is Cork versus everyone, that old thing that City had back in the day when it was Holland and love, it's just against everyone.
But it has to be that way, you know. Joe, like you look at the weekend, we have to travel to Dublin to play Shells on Friday night, and then we're going back up to Dundalk on Monday. So like, we're the ones that are at times, you know, seems like we're against everyone else, you know what I mean? And look, we need to get that mentality back in and around the place again. Is that look, it's us against the rest of the country, like, and that's it.
Do you have any injury concerns after playing 2 games in 4 days?
There's 1 or 2 knocks, alright, yeah. There's 1 or 2 that we have to assess and stuff like that, you know. So look, obviously playing on Astro on Monday as well didn't help as well. So yeah, there's 1 or 2 of the boys that we can keep an eye on over the next 24 hours and that, you know. So yeah, it's we're gonna make a few decisions in terms of the bench and stuff like that, you know.
Do you think Pats losing to drop it on Monday night up in Richmond Park will have any impact on how they approach the game, how you set up?
No. The Pats are a good side. They've shown it all season. You know, they're up in and around Europe. They're obviously in the semi-final of the cup as well. They've got individually some of the best players in the league. You know, so like for us is that we do our homework. We understand what their strengths are, but we want to impose ourselves on the game as well, and you know, give the fans something to shout about, because look, we've got some good players in that dressing room as well. You know.
Yeah, brilliant. Thank you.
Cheers.